Hey guys, I am going to be unwrapping crystals from the Tucson Gem Show. I actually recorded a full unwrapping yesterday and didn't realize that I didn't have my microphone turned on, so I got a bunch of video with you not being able to hear what I was talking about. And me being pregnant and emotional, I totally bawled my eyes out about how I try so hard and blah blah blah. So anyway, fresh start this morning. These are just some of the crystals. So I'm going to be unwrapping or unveiling some of the crystals that I got from the Tucson Gem Show, and then they'll be uploaded to my website on this coming Friday. So my plan is to release them every week, so that you guys have something to look forward to each week. So these are just the ones that I unwrapped yesterday, aka today kind of, and I'm really excited to show you. I'm gonna show you them in the order that I found them at the Gem Show, so that's kind of fun. So here we go. So the first one, again, I'm not unwrapping because I was so bummed. I'm like, they're not gonna see the excitement on my face of when I unwrap, but it's okay. So this is the first one, and this one is so magnificent. So, when it comes to the Gem Show, this particular Gem Show, it's my favorite one. In Tucson, there's multiple, like so many all over the town. And this particular one of my favorite artists is there. He does this most amazing welding type art, and they're massive. They're like human size. And I always say someday I will be able to afford one. But every time I see them, it like brings tears to my eyes, just because if you identify with being like a starseed or not really fitting in and having like this longing for home that isn't here on Earth, I know I sound kind of crazy to some of you get it. His artwork just portrays it beautifully. At least that's what I feel when I see it. So someday. But anyway, he was the first one I saw. Next is the crystal that I show after this one, because I didn't end up getting it till the end of the day. It was just the second thing I saw. And then this was the first piece that I actually purchased at the show. So this is what is called a Galactic Key. So if you know me, you know that I love teaching about crystal formations, and Galactic Keys are one of my favorites. So it is when an celestial quartz, which celestials tend to look like from outer space, comes in either a tabby or sheet formation. So to see this one, it's super long and on a stand, which is amazing. And then I don't know if the lighting is going to capture the fact that it is essentially a floater, because there's no break-off points. It's actually formed all the way around, and it is just so beautiful. The clarity, the formations. So yeah, and the fact that it's on a stand is so rad. So this is a Smoky Quartz Galactic Key. I think the largest I've ever had as far as like length-wise. So I'm super excited. So this one will be on my website on Friday. And then I'm gonna grab the next crystal to show you. Now, if you notice, I'm out of breath. I'm pregnant, and I just found out. So tomorrow makes 19 weeks, so almost a week shy of 5 months. And at this point, my uterus is to my belly button, which means all my intestines and stomach get pushed up higher, which pushes on my lungs. So I've been a little out of breath lately, and I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense. So this next one is glorious. So this is technically the first crystal that I saw that I was like, but it was right after I first showed up. I told the family, it was a family from Brazil, a couple and their son. And I was like, I'm gonna go, actually, no, this is a different family. This was just a couple. This is a couple from Brazil. Asked about this crystal. I'm like, I just got here. I'm going to make sure that this is meant to go with me. So typically, just a little backstory, when I go to the Tucson Gem Show, I'm there for like a week at least, and I bring home boxes upon boxes upon boxes. This time I was only there 2 days, and I was very, very intentional with what I brought back. Essentially every piece that I chose, I asked myself, would I want this in my own collection? If it doesn't sell, am I fine with keeping it? Which every single piece is one of these pieces that I brought back, and you will see, like, I'm totally fine with keeping it. So if you just want to admire and not buy, I'm fine with it. But I'm also here as a crystal shop seller. I don't really like the term seller. Connector. I'm the middle man for the universe, helping you connect you to your pieces. So of course it'll bring me great joy to see them go home as well. But so this piece waited all day for me. Or technically I only stayed half a day at the show because I had to go back to the Airbnb, get my puppy, let him out to potty. But it waited like 4 or 5 hours for me, surprisingly. So this is a beautiful smoky quartz cluster. And I noticed this morning when I was admiring it that it actually has a portal. Now, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. Oh, I'm having a hard time figuring it. Oh, there we go. So it actually has a portal. So you can see here, there's a complete circle surrounded by crystals. And then, so yeah, look on my website on the Crystal Formation Encyclopedia, but it has a portal, which is a rare formation, super exciting. And it is just such a beautiful smoky quartz. Smoky quartz is a really good grounding crystal as well as absorbing negative energy. So just smoky quartz in general is like one of the number one crystals recommended for people because we all need it. So that's the second one. So amazing. Whew. Out of breath. Okay. I'm like, what am I going to show next? This is the nice thing about me knowing already what I unwrapped is I get to... Okay, I'm going to show these next 3. Oh, okay, let me tell you the story first. So this material that I'm about to show you, I have not seen since like my first year of offering crystals. It is a type of amethyst, but the amethyst is unlike, it's so rich and so dark and so mysterious. So again, I hadn't seen the material before, purchased only a couple pieces, and I haven't seen it since. So when I walked upon these are in a flame formation, my jaw dropped because I haven't been able to see it. And full disclosure, I was only able to get 3, and I might end up keeping one. I might not. I'll probably offer it and see if it's meant to go, but I'm keeping it. But in any event, one second. So these are the 3. I'll start with the smallest one. So, and they're extremely beautifully carved crystal flames. So you can see the amethyst is just so deep and beautiful. And then you can almost see stripes, at least in this one, of hematite. There's a little bit of red in them, as well as like brown smoky quartz. This is not Super 7. I think in the past when I had first offered it or found it, people thought it was Super 7, but this one is not, or this particular material is not. I believe there's some cacoxenite in there as well, but look at the pattern. Isn't it just so beautiful? Like seriously, so amazing. And then the flame itself is carved so masterfully. And then I want to teach a little bit about flames. So again, I love teaching about crystal formations. Flames, what do you think of when you think of a fire? Flames represent transformation. And I feel like this year of 2025 for a lot of us is a year of transformation and change. Think of a flame or a wildfire when it comes through and it burns all the brush and all the dead debris and everything, and it makes way. At first it might seem devastating, but it makes way for all the new growth to appear. So flame formation for us does the same thing. It really helps us to clear away anything that's no longer serving us, that we no longer need in our lives, and starting fresh. So this is the first one, the smallest. This is, again, you'll hear me sighing. It's just because I'm having a hard time breathing. Don't worry about me. I might pass out. So this is the second one. And what is so beautiful to me about most crystals is even when they're polished, each one is unique. Like, for instance, this material, each one is this deep, mysterious amethyst material, each one carved into a flame, but each one still takes on its own personality and is so beautiful and unique. I love the pattern of this one. And then lastly, oh my God, they're all so beautiful. And then you should see them all three together. Just, okay. This one. I'm obsessed with aliens. And to me, this is like an alien orb heading into the galaxy. I don't know. There's just something so magnificent about this one. Now, this one is the largest. Beautiful veining in here. Just, oh my God, so amazing. So this is the one I'm thinking of keeping. We'll see. I'll probably still list it, see if it's finds its home or not. But again, all three of them I don't mind keeping if no one buys because they're freaking magnificent. And again, I haven't seen this material in so long, so I was so excited. So that's those three. And then let me grab from the same vendor. Now, so far everything I've shown you is from Brazil. So most of you probably realize a lot of crystals come out of Brazil and they are so magnificent. So you'll probably hear from not just me, multiple crystal sellers, oh, this one's from Brazil, this is from Brazil. We are so fortunate that Brazil has so many amazing, amazing crystals. A lot of different types of quartz varieties, with which amethyst is, but I love crystal formations and they tend to come in, you know, more in the quartz variety, the ones that I teach about, the formations I teach about. So for me, it's so exciting. So I do offer a lot of material from Brazil. Someday I'll get to go. All right, this is the last flame. Now, a little bit about this flame before I show it. I only have one. Now, this was from the same vendor as those amazing amethysts. And I saw this and I was like, what material is that? It looks like quartz, but it has like a lavendery, very, very light hue. And they're like, oh no, it's just quartz. But you will see, maybe from afar, this looks like just quartz, but it has this gray lavender, very soft hue to it. Now I have a personal crystal that I was gifted from a friend here, so you can see the difference in color. So this one's more of a lavendery gray. How magnificent. And then it's super tall, and it's technically also a golden healer. You'll see some iron included in this one, and again in the flame shape. Now, full disclosure, there are some natural portions on this crystal. You'll see that there's internal fractures, which is just so beautiful for reflecting sunshine and catching light, which is lovely. But because of that, there are portions on this flame that have that, because it was polished, you know, cut and polished, it still has those formations, but beaming on the outside. So just something to be aware of if this one is calling you, that it will have some natural portions to it, which I think is beautiful. And then the clarity to it, how amazing, right? Okay. Next up is material that I have never seen. I posted to my stories, like, any guesses what this is? One person got it right off the bat, so I have a feeling they just saw it from another crystal seller. I don't know, but I've literally never seen. I've been offering crystals since 2016, I believe. So to never have seen this material is phenomenal. So one second. I'm still doing a little bit of unwrapping. This is from Australia. And this is, believe it or not, let me just show you it a little bit first before I divulge what it is. Look at how vibrant and gemmy. Now I did pick like the best pieces, And it is a rare material, at least in how it presents. Believe it or not, this is Prehnite. This is Prehnite that is found in one location in Australia. It is an older gentleman, I believe in his 70s or 80s, that owns the land that this happens to be on. And he has one person that actually he works with. They're apparently they talk to each other every day. It's a younger guy, probably in his late 20s, early 30s. He's a total mineral nerd like the rest of us. And he's developed a friendship with this older gentleman, and they talk every day. And so he is lucky enough to be the one to bring this to all of us. So, Gemmy, yellow, gorgeous Prehnite. So beautiful. So I'm just going to show every piece. So these will be available on Friday as well. And just how beautiful, right? All right, so that's that material. So be excited, because again, I've never seen this before. As far as I know, no one really has either till this year. So it's really exciting. And then the other beauties that I'll be offering, I'm super excited about. So I don't bring this material. This is a space mineral. I don't bring this material to the shop very often because I'm very particular on the pieces that I get. And they are also very hard to come by. But I was able to find from this same vendor, super Gemmy Libyan desert glass. And I only got 4 pieces, but each of these pieces self-stand, which is so exciting for a Tektite. Like Tektite, to have a Tektite naturally self-stand, again, me in formations, is super exciting. So I have 4 of these. Sorry. I guarantee you when I list them on the website, you'll get a better view of how they look. But their clarity, their smoothness, and this one's like a little volcano, and the fact that they each self-stand or shark tooth. So dope. And then last one. So beautiful. Okay, so excited. I'm like looking at all these. I'm like, this is gonna be one of my most favorite shop updates. I'm so excited. Okay, next I will be doing a little unwrapping in front of you guys. These are minerals from Turkey. Now, full disclosure, I have never carried this mineral in my shop. I've seen it before, but I've never been able to obtain any. So the fact that I'm bringing some to you guys is super, super exciting for me. This is what is called Lavender Jade. It comes direct from Turkey. So I got it in multiple forms. So this is a larger quote unquote, size lavender purple jade. So jade, as you're probably aware, typically comes green. So this has been mineral tested and is actually a form of jade only found in Turkey. So I have 3 of these spheres. This last one I really love because it was unlike any of the others, and you know me, and unique. So it's purple, you know, the normal purple, but it also has some pinky, magenta, maroon hues to it. So super beautiful, all 3 of those. So there's 3 spheres. I only got 1 heart, but this heart, and again, you'll be able to see much better when I list them on my website. And I'll probably be doing some reels and stuff of them as well, so you can see the color, because the color is just so beautiful. And it's just how it's polished. It's just such high grade, high quality material. It's so amazing. So that's the 1 heart. And then I got 3 like mini palms. So I'll just show each of those real quick, just so you can see. And again, this is what I love about crystals, is even though it's the same material, even though it's technically the same shape, each one is unique and so beautiful. which one's yours, you guys? You know which one? Are you calling it out? In its own way. I just love crystals. So that's the 4 palms that I have. So I have 4 palms, 3 spheres, 1 heart, and 1 amazing that I don't mind keeping. I don't mind keeping any of them. Again, I literally every single thing that I'm showing you, I will keep for myself if no one gets. And how cute in this box. I've never had a vendor do this, and that's cute. Only own individual box. So quick story time. When I first started offering crystals, I used to always say, oh, I don't have any skulls. I don't, they're not for me. And I kept saying that, but even as I was saying that, I started realizing, Iris, yes, you do. I thought I wasn't drawn to them except for very special, very unique, very like one of a kind. And I now have a whole collection. Now I'm like, okay, I am drawn to skulls. They just have to be magnificent. And so I have 4 skulls here, only 1 of the Lavender Jade, and that is because they are magnificent. So this is the Jade, Lavender Jade. And I also am a very realistic skull person. I don't like the cartoony or some of them almost look monkeyish. To me, a realistically carved skull, it's like, there's something about it. There's this connection that feels like it's a person, like it's a whole other being, that it's almost like a buddy. Like I used to carry around until I dropped and like chipped my Moldavite skull, like my little buddy. Like I'd carry it everywhere with me, and you can do that with skulls. And maybe some people think it's creepy, but to me it's the exact opposite. Like I always think of that song, I don't know if when you grew up, but the my buddy, my buddy, my buddy, my buddy and me, that's me with skulls. So this one is just so, look at this purple, the pattern, and just so intricately carved. So this is the only purple jade, lavender jade skull that I got. And then from the same vendor, there was a material I had never seen before, which again, as a crystal seller, I've been doing this since 2016, is crazy. So it's just so cool that the earth just keeps bringing forth these magnificent minerals that we didn't even know existed every year. Every time I go to a gem show, I see something new, and it's just one of, again, the most really exciting things about crystals. So this particular skull, it's a smaller size, was the woman from Turkey that was selling these. This was one of her favorites. So as I was looking and asking her about this material, she's like, well, you know, feel free to look at these, but my favorite is over there. So she pointed me to this one, and I agreed with her and took it home. So this is what is called stick agate. Now it is very unique, and it literally looks like there are sticks included. This is completely natural. And what's so cool about this one, maybe you've already identified it, but it almost has like a blue lace agate to it as well. Super unique. So you see the stick agate one side, the blue lace on the other, and then again, just so intricately and beautifully carved. So that's the first one. And then the second one is about the same size as the lavender jade. And again, just so like, again, I don't mind keeping them because each one is so special. Okay. Look at how crazy. How cool is this? Nature just never ceases to amaze me with its beauty. And then taking the artistry of a human to carve it to be so magical, so uniquely perfect. Love. So those are the, oh wait, and then one last skull, and that's going to be the last of my website shop update for this Friday. Is, let's see if I can get it out. This. So this is, apparently it's called Merlinite, which I feel like back in the day something else used to be called merlinite. But anyway, the actual is Dendritic Opal. So this is a Dendritic Opal skull. Again, super realistic, but what I love about this one is this side has this most beautiful like purpley hue to it. And it's just so beautiful with these like purpley blue hues. Now, Dendritic Opal to me, I don't know why, but I always think of like, for some reason, I think of Japan at an aerial shot, like an airplane flying over the snow with all these little trees popping through. That's what Dendritic Opal looks like to me. But all of these magnificent crystals that you've just seen will be available on my website, irisunique.com, this Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And up until then, so today is Monday. This coming Wednesday is the last day to take advantage of, I'm completely revamping my website. So whatever crystals are currently on there are 50% off through this Wednesday at midnight. So if you want to get an crazy extreme deal on amazing crystals, most of which the photography is bad on them, but the crystals themselves are amazing, take advantage because they'll all be removed from my website Thursday morning. So I'll be starting fresh, starting with these Tucson crystals. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, especially if you stayed this whole time. You're amazing. I am so happy you love crystals as much as I do. And yeah, I hope one of these, at least one, if not more, you connected with these crystals and you get to bring them home with you and get to work with them, especially the buddies. They're so fun. But especially all of them because they're so amazing. Thanks so much, you guys. See you later.